Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Let's walk the talk.
Many people have got the mentality of there is no time to do whatever they wanted to do. Are they justified about it? And especially when you think about doing an extra thing according to your program. In our show today, we are walking a journey to understand what is time management. And as usual, I'm not alone in the studio because I'm with a friend, a CEO, and a trainer who has been with us and still he's with us today. This is none other than Bishop Giga, the founder and the CEO of Signature Marvel, who will take us through the journey in understanding time management. Bishop Giga, how are you?
I'm very fine. How are you?
You're most welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Today is another day
Yeah, it is.
as we walk the journey towards time management.
Yes, that's true.
Because I understand so many people claim that they don't have time to do whatever they wanted to do, and they keep on postponing because there is no time.
Yes, true.
Who is Bishop Giga?
Yes, I want to say good evening to everyone. And just to say, my name is Geoffrey Gishoke, the CEO and founder of Signature Marvel. The Signature Marvel is a consultancy firm that does training on leadership, strategy, and coaching, plus also mentorship. And therefore, we train people to become better every other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not training them to become better
every day.
Every day, meaning that even in time management,
Yeah, it's true.
it is one way of training people, or rather showing people how to become better.
That is true.
And to start with, what is time management?
Yes, I think as I just said that we train people to become better, and one aspect of this training would be time management.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk about time management, basically we talk about being able to organize the time that you have in terms of planning your activities and tasks. Basically, we say you may not be able to manage time, but you can be able to manage the activities within a given time, because time is basically static. Every day has got 24 hours. Every day has got 1,440 minutes, has got 86,400 seconds. And therefore, that time is not elastic. You cannot change it. But what you need to do is that you need to plan your time, activities to be able to fit within that time. And I'll just give you an example before I say exactly what it is. We have seen people even in various industries and sporting arena who would plan for even months so that they can get a few seconds. And I'll give you an example like Usain Bolt, who would run 100 meters within about 8 to 9 seconds. And therefore, he can plan for 3 months, for a whole year, how to you spend 8 minutes, 8 seconds, or 9 seconds. And finally, what happens? We know that he becomes a world record holder. The same case with Eliud Kipchoge. He took months just to plan how to run a marathon of just 1 hour. So basically, time management, therefore, is that ability to organize and manage your time. And maybe I want to say as early as now that time and money is basically the same, because they share the same characteristics. One, time is variable. It has got a value to it, just like the way we know money has got value. Then time is also limited. It's like you can never have enough. In other words, if you have 24 hours today, you cannot carry them over to tomorrow. So it's limited, and therefore you have to do whatever you need to do within that specific time. And for that reason, therefore, we need to know how to budget our time, we need to know how to protect our time, and we also need to know how to use our time wisely.
When we come to budgeting and protecting, and it seems everybody, we all have equal time,
Yes,
the 24 hours.
Yes.
But a bigger percentage claims that I wasn't in a position to plan well. What goes wrong in this planning of this time? Yeah.
So basically, therefore, I've said that we have to use our time well. And I've said that we have now agreed that time management basically means being able to organize the activities that you need to do and therefore being able to plan your events and the tasks that you have to carry towards a certain goal that you have. And therefore, time management would give a series of activities that you need to do so that we are able to properly use our time properly. One is that we have to have a plan. This plan has to prioritize the things that we need to do. There's something that we call urgent issues and those that we call important issues. Sometimes we mix the two, the urgent and the important. There are things that are very important, but they are not urgent. And sometimes urgent things that are that comes into your life are not important. And therefore, being able to go to the table to prioritize what is important is very important for you to be able to do what we are now calling the time management. So basically is that identify the things that you want to do and then start to put them in a sequence, in a certain order, so that you're able to accomplish one and then accomplish the other. The other number thing that you need to identify is what we call as the time wasters. We will mention a few maybe later. The time wasters. Because sometimes they are thieves of time. I'll call them the thieves of time because they steal your moment. And as I've told you, if somebody can just use 1 hour, 59 minutes, and that changes his life forever, somebody can use 8 seconds, 9 seconds, and that changes his life forever. Therefore, it shows that if somebody was to plan their time well, then they can be able to make maximum use of it. What we call as optimizing your moment and your time. And therefore, identify the time wasters. We will come to them later, so that you're able to eliminate them and now deal with what is important and critical in your life, and then be able to organize. And I'll tell you how we are going to organize ourselves, how to divide our day and the activities so that we can achieve more.
And maybe before we go to how to organize, let's come back to what is important and what is urgent.
Yes.
Because I understand the both two the two words, they are as important as they are as somehow equal. Because I want to do something which is so important, but there is an urgency. As an individual, what am I supposed now to carry on first? The urgency or the important one?
Yeah, basically we divide, we call it a quadrant, a time quadrant. We divide it into 4.
Yep.
We have what is called urgent, things that are urgent in your life, and things that are not urgent. Then things that are important and things that are not important. And I will give you examples so that we are able to understand. So when you talk about, let's say, urgent things, they may not always be important. For example, you could be in a discussion like this one, and a call comes through. You may treat it as an urgent. Let me pick this call. Without knowing that that call could be stealing your time, could be your time waster. Sometimes you are told there's an urgent meeting that you had not even planned. And then you want to bump into it and to go and start engaging yourself, which is totally outside your time. That it could be seen to be urgent, but maybe it is not important. So what you need to do is that to look for things that are critically important in life. And then when you know that these are important, then you can organize them in terms of urgent or not urgent, so that you know what to do now and what to keep for tomorrow or a later day, or not even what to do at all. So basically, they are not the same. Let's say, like, for example, in a work environment, what are some of the important things to do? For example, you are attending a client. That is an important thing, because if you have opened your doors at 8 and a client has come, whatever it is an urgent matter. And so, is an important thing to be done, because that is the core reason why you are there. But out of that, you'll always find there will be so many other things that are intruding, like an emergency. There's somebody want to see you, and therefore that becomes a distraction. In most cases, okay, there are some that could be genuine urgent issues, because you could receive a call that somebody has fallen sick and you need to go and attend to them, but other things will come in form of being urgent, but you'll find that they are not important. How many times have you picked a call and you want to tell somebody, call me later, and the person on the other side maybe insists, I just wanted to ask you, and then you find that you have spent 2, 3, 4 minutes of variable time So moving away from what you're doing to attend to another matter that was totally outside your plan. And those cumulative moments, they add up to a lot in life.
Wow. And what should one do maybe to make the most of the time? Because if there is difference between urgent and important, I see a case whereby most people, even our viewers maybe, they tend to attend the most important, not the urgency. Like the issue of now picking a call. I'm in the midst of a session, but a call comes. And I know maybe it's a side hustle from one way or another. How then am I supposed to make my time? Or rather, how should I make most of my time?
One thing I just want to maybe almost like repeat myself is that people mostly don't attend to the important one.
They attend to the urgent
one.
Uh-huh.
And that's why I find that most people who are seen to be busy are like firefighting. You find somebody is too busy, by the end of the day they have a burnout, they're in stress, they have not been able to finish the task that they were carrying out because they got caught up in the mix. Because everything is like they have to attend to it. Everything is urgent. They want to make a call, they want to read that paper, they want to attend to that meeting, they want to jump to another meeting. That way, to them, therefore, is a firefighting mission. And therefore, they'll never be able to be at peace with themselves. They are always on the move to be able to put out the next fire around their life. And you'll find that by the end of the day, they don't even finish the task that they had intended to do, simply because they were not really organized. So what I'm insisting is that what is important is what is aligned to the goals that you want to achieve. So the importance here is basically something that you had already planned prior to anything that you want to achieve this. So anything that sticks to your goal, then that is important for you because you have already preconceived this idea, you have worked out a plan to it, and you can see the end game. But the things that comes out abruptly, there are many people, I'll tell you, who wake up in the morning and they get to start the day, but they have no idea what they are going to do in the course of the day. And therefore, you find that by the end of the day, they are frustrated because they could not be able to achieve as much. So some of the things that you can be able to benefit if you have proper time management is therefore to be able to reduce your stress, you become more efficient, and you become more effective. And also you create time for everything that matters in your life. And therefore, this is where now we're going to come to the issues of now time management and organizing our time.
Wonderful. Time management seems to be like confirms one's being Mr. Perfect. Because if my intention was to be here at 9 a.m., I should be here at 9 a.m. It seems that there is that spirit of perfection. I don't know about that, you're coming back. Maybe you are in the firefighting mission. Whatever you attend, maybe you did not even plan to do. We shall be right back after the break as we know more about the firefighting mission. Thank you.
Walk with me.